Hello and welcome to Come With Us, a podcast to meet all your fantasy needs. I'm Susie Nunez.
And I'm Reshea Riedenstorff, and we're here to dive into the tempting world of books, seductive romance, and a sprinkle of spice.
Okay. Guys, we have a name for you. Finally, it's happening. It's official. It's here and it's going to stay forever.
And ever, and ever, and ever.
Sinners. Sinners. This morning, I made a story on Instagram and I said, "Good morning, sinners." And Reshea, I told her, and she was like, "This is the name. We've been looking for a name for you because we don't know how to call you. We don't want to say guys. We don't want to say girls or boys. So you are the sinners." And let me tell you something. We freaking love it. Yes or no?
The hottest sinners are. Listen, our good little girls and good little boys out there, and good little, I need to find a gender neutral term. That was the issue, because we wanted to find a gender neutral term, and everything else is so gendered, but you want it to be sexy. And that's how we realized sinners is it. We don't do vanilla here.
And because we are very good mommies, we're going to give you a little cute pet name. You are our little good angels. So, yes, you can be sinners, but if you behave and you're good girls and boys, and they them, you are a very good little angel. So, Reshea, we love Australian accents. Are we obsessed or what?
It's unhealthy.
It is.
Probably the most typically American thing about me is I simp over a person with an accent. Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of it. I love it. If it is a kink, it is a kink. I don't care. I have it. I freaking have it. And today our guest is Australian. So I'm all giggly, and if you see me like, it's because I'm obsessing over it.
Listen, the goal is to get her to just say one dirty thing to you with her accent.
We are right now. We are in paradise. So
is that somebody who is substantiated in the book talk and the literary community is giving us their time. It's just what an honor. What an honor.
Welcome to the third episode of Come With Us, your new favorite podcast. I'm Susie Nunez, extreme optimist, fashion girly, and kink connoisseur.
And I'm Reshea Kelly, A+ at winging it. Just entering my self-discovery era, and you guys are along for the ride with me. And you know where I'm starting? With smut books.
As you should. If you're part of Book Talk, you know who this badass woman is. She's funny, she's bold, and she's the book bestie we all freaking want.
From her helpful top 5 videos to her hilarious book reviews, her content is sure to brighten your FYP. She always has the best and smuttiest recommendations. You can follow her on TikTok at tierney.reads, and same one for Instagram. Say hello and welcome to Tierney Page.
Hello. Okay, let me tell you something. You cannot believe how freaked out I am right now. Like, I cannot believe that we are in this interview with you right now.
I can't believe I'm interviewing you guys right now.
Well, yeah, you are. And we love it. And we cannot be more excited because when we were thinking about this podcast, you were always in my list. Like, I needed the person that gave me those book recommendations and got me out of the slump that I was. So
thank you.
2% of the world's population is redheaded, but 98% of female heroines in fantasy novels are redheaded. So are our favorite book talkers.
That is something, but yeah.
I feel like it's a thing. You have to have red hair.
She just dyed hers again today.
I love it.
And I've been trying to decide whether I should go back as well, because I used to have my hair red for like 15 years. And then I just
red hair. You look beautiful now.
Okay, I'll do it. It's fine. Okay. I'll do it.
If your life was a book, right? Mm-hmm. What will this week be named, like the chapter? What would be named?
A court of confusion.
Care to explain?
Just in terms of I'm in my 3rd week of starting a new job, finding my feet, organizing, moving a house. There's a lot going on at the moment.
Gosh, that's so much at once. That's crazy.
What I can tell you is change, at least I always experience that change is always good. Change
100%.
brings so many beautiful and wonderful things that maybe we don't see at the moment, but they're there aligning with us. So it's coming.
Start of a new chapter.
Something about
I love that.
butterflies and yeah, see, there you go.
Love it.
Way more poignant than what I could say. Like something about butterflies and cocoons. I don't know. Spread those wings or something.
Spread those legs.
Reshea, you had a question for Tierney, right?
I did. So listen, I've been watching a lot of your content and somehow that's also put a bunch of other Australians on my FYP. And there's just one saying that I can't quite figure out what it means. And I can't figure out if it means like cheesy or too much, or I just need you to translate for me.
Yeah, sure.
What does a bit cooked mean?
A bit cooked. No worries. Thanks so much for asking. A bit cooked is one of my personal favorites. It's when something's just a bit fucked. So like in terms of,
okay,
I mean, you could be absolutely paralytic drunk. You could be like, he's fucking cooked. Or
okay.
someone, yeah, or you might see people like dancing on the street, you know, at like intersections and stuff. You'd be like, oh, he's a bit cooked, isn't he? Yeah, just something that's a bit fucked.
Okay, so can it also mean like fucked up? Like, oh, that's fucked
100%.
up. Okay, all right. Just because you used it
Yeah.
to describe like a few books, and I was like, I can't tell if that means that it's like too much or kind of crazy, or if it's like fucked up. So
yeah, mostly it's fucked up.
gotcha. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our seniors listening, we got a new phrase that we're gonna be saying in the podcast, so get over it. I'm telling you already. We're gonna be saying, "Oh, that's a bit cooked," or Tamlin, "Oh, he's fucked up." So yeah, he's a bit cooked.
Yeah, Tamlin's
cooked, especially like
no doubt.
Yeah, basically, I've just got to say thanks for putting up with me, and I'm actually surprised that people like the shit I put out.
We do. You are doing the Lord's work.
It's true.
You know how difficult it is to actually find good books? Because
it is. It's really everywhere. And it's hard to know how to find them as well.
Yeah, how many bad books do you have to go through when you're reading before you find a good one? Or is like everything you read good?
Mostly I'm a bit of a mood reader, but I do find that I'm very picky in who I take my recommendations from. And I do a lot of research into books before I read them. That's one thing I've learned. So, for example, like if you've got triggers and stuff and you know that you're going to open up a dark romance, you have to know what you're going to read. Yeah. So, yeah, I think a lot of the time I go to my favorite book talkers like that I love, but I also do you guys use Goodreads?
Yeah.
Yeah, I use Goodreads a lot to determine whether I would vibe with something. But most of the time I have really, really good luck. Most of the time. And I'm the kind of person who hates starting a book and not finishing it. So I will torture myself to the end.
You just hate read the whole thing?
No, I just hate read the whole thing, and I get to the end and I was like, well, you know, it's 2 days I'm never going to do in my life.
Then we know that you have a following and they love you. I see it in the comments. Like they're like, when is the next video? Because we want more recommendations, even though our TBR is like infinite though. It's like endless.
Yeah. TBR.
I don't see how anybody is running out of books to read at this point. Like
really?
There all these people that are asking for more video recommendations. I guarantee you they've got books that have been sitting on their TBR for like 5 years that are just like
guilty
side-eyeing.
Oh, 100%. Spending so much money on books. It's like I did the same thing with makeup. I was like, I'm obsessed with makeup. I love it so much. I need more.
Same.
It's the same with wine too, to be honest. Like I love this. I need more.
Are you more of a Chardonnay? Are you more of a Pinot Noir?
Chardonnay. Love it. I love like a big oily Chardonnay, like
Ooh,
buttery.
okay.
Yeah, I want something that's just going to kick you in the dick. And I really also like Grenache, like red. I love red.
For any sponsors listening, she's ready. She's ready for the wine sponsorships. She's ready.
100%. I've been ready.
I think there's like wine subscriptions that you can get.
Yeah, there are.
Tierney's ready for you. I don't know if you're aware.
We know that your smut journey began with ACOTAR. Yes. You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
What is that like?
This book changed my life.
Wait,
Okay, you guys.
I have a tattoo of Nesta on my arm.
For the ones only listening, she just showed a cord of silver flames. Our favorite book of the whole ACOTAR series. Heck yes.
This size in that. Because I'd heard everyone's like chapter 55, Akama. And I was like, yeah, cool, got to it. And I was like, yeah, I'm digging it. But I think for me, I loved Nesta so much.
We found our people.
Oh, I just loved her because I think a lot of people can relate to her. And then her relationship with Cassian as well. Like, it's the cat and mouse. It's the sexual tension that you just cannot deny. So it was when they got together, it was just
right, dude.
Now that we are talking about this subject specifically, I want to say something publicly, and if you don't like this, it's okay though. Feyre and Rhys, vanilla sex. Period. I just said it. I don't care.
100%.
I said it.
100%. 100%.
Yes, agreed. It's good, but it's vanilla, which is fine.
It's
can be good.
Cassian and Nesta.
You know what? You know what I think the difference is? So I think the difference is that the reason that I know I was like what's the word? I'm blanking all of a sudden. The reason that I really liked Nesta and Cassian thing, especially Nesta's view on sex, is that sometimes it gets tiring reading fantasy novels where even if amazing, like she wasn't a virgin when she became Feyre, when she slept with Tamlin or whatever, it was still like, I'm in love and we're having sex because we're in love, and fine. Not with Isaac, but like they didn't really talk about that, right? Nesta was just like, it's just fucking, right?
100%.
No feelings.
People,
no shame.
People like to pretend that women are incapable of having casual sex and enjoying it. And it's so fucking frustrating. And so to finally see that represented in a book where she's like, I have needs and you've got a dick to fill them. So like, finally.
The sexual tension build up just was chef.
There's a whole chapter just for blowjobs.
And that one is my favorite. That chapter. Favorite. I love that so much. And look, I'm not a blowjob type of a woman. It's okay. They're not like wow, but wow, like under the table, and then Asriel over there. The opportunity for a threesome. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, the way that chapter left me wanting more. I hope she does something with that in the future.
Oh my god! I can't. Someone write a fanfic, please.
Did you guys hear about
let me send you the fanfic?
Started writing that she wrote a threesome and then took it out.
Yes, stupid editors are like,
ever wanted to slap someone more.
Mm-mm.
It's not public at all, right? Never been public.
No.
Not that I'm aware of. No, I don't think so.
All the public ones are just bonus chapters that were in like exclusive versions.
Yeah.
That was one that the editors had her take out. And what makes me mad is that I spent so much of my time thinking about there's going to be a threesome in here somewhere. There's got to be a threesome. Everybody's hot. And then Helion shows up and you're like, definitely going to be a threesome. Not a single threesome. And there's been zero. It's all been straight sex too. And while there is, sure, it's great. Can we get pucking around changed me? I've never wanted male sex on male sex more, whatever that's love more in my entire life. I need an Azrael Eris offshoot. I'm getting all hot.
Me too. Me too. Okay.
We're gonna stay on track. Tierney, tell us about your journey down the smut rabbit hole. Like, what was that like? Was it slow at first, or did you just dive straight in after this?
I dove straight into it.
Nice.
I went hard and fast. So I went from basically reading like Jojo Moyes, which is fade to black, super, yeah. Like I know like 60-year-old women that read it, amazing. But that was the only romance that I knew. Like I knew about erotica, but it's always that tiny section in a bookshop that no one feels comfortable going to.
Yep.
So yeah, the only time I read smut was I remember growing up. I was like 16 and I opened up my sister's, there was a magazine called Dolly Magazine. I don't know if it's still here, but there was like a couple of excerpts in it from like erotica books. And that was kind of my first experience. Like I'd never watched porn. I'd never had sex myself. And I opened that up and read it and I was like, oh, like is this what it is? Because I mean, my parents never spoke about it. I didn't know about it. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Gosh, how old were you?
I would have been like 15.
Shame on your parents.
Yeah, like I just
My God.
15, 14.
Oh my goodness.
Um, yeah, and so I never really read anything. It was always just really plain sort of big name like romance, fade to black.
Like Nicholas Sparks.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And I started getting really bad headaches in 2021.
Ooh.
And I couldn't really watch screens. I had to stop working for a period of time and stuff until we figured that out. So my friend was like, I just started reading this amazing book series. It's called Akatar. Why don't you read it? And I couldn't stop once I started. Loved it so much. And that was the first smut that I ever read. And I thought A Court of Mist and Fury was incredible because I got to chapter 55 and I was like, oh my God, like you can have substantial, like intellectually substantial books and you can have spice. And there's nothing wrong with it. And so I read A Court of Mr. Fury. And then by the time I got to A Court of Silver Flames, I was like, this is what I like. This is what I want to read. And from there, I went into reading Neon Gods by Katie Roberts. So I stuck with fantasy for a while. I read that after I read Akatar. And then I went on to the Bonds That Tie series by Bree. And it's a reverse harem. So it's one woman with 5 guys.
5 guys? That's only a restaurant where I'm from.
Right? Delicious. The best buffet. And so I haven't stopped since. And then that's when I jumped onto Book Talk because my friend kept sending me videos because she would just watch TikToks and send them to me. And so I started just looking up Akatar videos and that's how it started. And when I had nothing to do and I was reading and not doing much just with my life during that period, I was just like, fuck it, I'll like upload a couple of videos. And yeah, that's kind of how it started.
And was it like immediate?
Love it.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
When you say immediate, what do you mean?
Oh, sorry. Like, was it like immediate? Like you started uploading videos and then it was just like you took off from the very beginning?
I wouldn't say no. So, I suppose so. I started uploading videos last September, but I would say probably March this year was when I noticed things sort of taking off.
And we thank you, algorithm, because you are in our lives. And the books I read that you recommended, oh my God. And I love a reverse harem. Like that is my goal in life. Yes, I said it publicly. That's me. I don't care. That is my goal in life.
4 to 7 men that want to just show up somewhere in New York City and just drop a pin.
If we had that talk. When you live what you see in a book, when you experience what you see in a book, ooh, guys, it's worth it. It's worth it. So
make it.
I recommend.
Make it happen.
I recommend. So you started basically just uploading content because you were like, people need to read this book. I need them to know.
I was kind of like, so I feel like I've kind of always struggled with feeling like I belonged anywhere. I've always worried about pleasing other people, and I've had a really, really hard time being myself. I'm quite dry, I'm quite crass, I swear, and I feel like I've always been judged for it. And then I found these books, and my account started taking off when I was like, you know what? I'm not going to overthink what I say in my videos. I'm just going to 100% be myself. And I guess other people like it. And I think people relate to it as well. So, yeah, I was like, fuck it. I love reading about dick. Sick. I'm going to talk
I love
about
it.
dick.
I
And
love it.
yeah, it
And
makes me happy.
I love how you are, first of all, so funny about it. And second of all, you feel that you like the books. Like you're not lying to us. You are actually reading these books and telling us you have to read it because I did. And it's just life changing. And with any of your videos, I always feel that. I love it.
And like, if you find books like that, you want to share them with friends and you want to talk about it. It's fun. So, you know, if you're into that kind of thing and, you know, you want to talk about sex, you should be able to. So read books and talk about it, experiment, have fun, live your life.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you see, I found my match. Thank you, God.
I'm a little
Got
upset
it.
over here. No, I'm just kidding. Excuse you. That was your match a month and a half ago. Just getting pushed
You
out
are
by
my match.
Tierney.
No. You know you are my little angel. Don't worry.
Oh, guys, we can be a throuple. Love it.
You see?
Oh, a
I
throuple,
love
my
it.
favorite. It was funny because you were talking about how it's like it's possible to have a story that has like intellectual depth and good world building and things like that, but also have sex, and how it what drives me nuts is that people hear about the books that I'm reading. Like I tell my neighbors, oh yeah, it's pretty spicy, but like it's got great world building and whatever. They're like, so it's porn. You're reading porn. And I just laugh and I go, ha, yeah. But I never turn around, and I should start doing this and go, I'm sorry, did you watch Game of Thrones? Because there were sisters and brothers fucking in that one on camera, and there were tits everywhere, and you didn't call that porn because the world building was really good. So is it just because it's something that women like more than men like that it's porn, and you're trying to like shame me for it? Because I will not be shamed. I won't.
And also, like, I think a lot of people don't see it as a book. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like a lot of people take it way more seriously than what it is. And it's like, just because it's in writing doesn't mean, like, I don't know. I feel like people associate reading your porn. There's nothing wrong with it. And I think so many people are so quick to judge others for it just because you're not reading, you know, you're not sitting here reading Oscar Wilde and, you know, Mary Shelley and, you know, and I just think just because it's not what you're used to doesn't mean it's wrong, and it doesn't mean it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Look, I read a lot of self-help books. I love them for a while. That was what helped me get out of a lot of things in my life. So I appreciate them and really think that they're life-changing. But I don't think that everything has to be that serious. And if you feel weird, you listeners or you guys watching this, if you feel weird by saying, I read porn, there's nothing wrong with that. They can feel whatever they want.
People have sex.
Yeah. I don't want to keep
Exactly.
reading about virginal 17-year-olds. I want to read about people that I relate to. And I'm a sexual being and I have sex. And I want the characters that I read about to have sex. And I want to like get the details. Why wouldn't you?
How is it any different to talking to a friend and being like, yeah, I'm dating this guy. This is what we did. We went on holiday, had amazing sex. Cool. Great. I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Totally.
I guess we're all just like super sluts, and that's fine.
Yeah, right. It's a trademark. You know, we're working right now on a sticker with that. So don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. I'm telling you.
Super sluts?
Yes. Super
Right,
sluts. We're super sluts.
I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna write that down next to the shut the fuck and eat. I'm making I'm making a sticker that instead of saying the acronym for shut the fuck up and take this dick like a good girl, it's gonna be shut the fuck up and eat this pussy like a good girl, because
I love it.
I mean, we need more representation.
Tierney, what would be like your go-to kink in a book? If you know that that book has that kink, you have to read it.
I fucking love BDSM. I love reading about BDSM. I love it.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I love it.
It's drawn me to dark romance as well because it's reading. I feel like reading it, I didn't know that I liked that. I didn't know that I thought it was hot. And then I started reading it and I was like, oh, this exists. Like it's a thing. And I'm fucking into it.
Yeah.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So what's your favorite book that you read so far that has that trope in it? Because I'm
100% Dark Notes by Pam Godwin. It's dark romance. There's definitely confronting themes. But it's so good. Because it's almost like she uses the BDSM as like a slow burn. So it's like he's tying her up and like they're doing things. It's more foreplay.
I'm starting that tonight.
Oh,
wait.
yeah.
They're it's just like they're not like full on just doing it, but he's like tying her up and shit.
And like, yeah, like oral and, you know, getting handsy and stuff. But it's not like they do that for a while and then you get to the scene where they finally have sex and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so wet.
I love that.
Yes,
I'm gonna put
love it.
like some stars and I'm gonna do some highlighting and underlining.
So
Pam Godwin.
one of the questions that we had for you was you kind of like answered already, but I want to be more specific on that. So have you tried anything that you have read?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
And like, it's so funny because if anything, like what I've read made me realize what I want and what I feel I need.
Number of women I've like heard from that are like, yeah, I read these books and now I'm single.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? And I find that I've also spoken about like with my friends after reading these books, what I like. And I mean, it's made me ask questions with like to my friends that I never would have asked beforehand. And I'm like, have you done this? Do you guys like this? Can you tell me like what are your kinks? And they'll like we'll finally start talking about it. And it makes you realize that you're not alone.
Mm-hmm.
And like if I didn't ask them those questions, they wouldn't be talking about it with anyone. Do you know what I mean? Like I just feel like it opens up conversations. It opens up a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of self-discovery to happen. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I feel like if you start to question things, people will immediately go, but is that because of the books you read? And I'm like, well, it might be, but why is there anything wrong with that?
exactly.
What does it matter? What does it matter what
This is wrong. It's not real. It's just because of the books that you read.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people struggle with change and they struggle with new ideas. And that's why books are dangerous. And that's why authoritarian dictatorships like to ban books, because books are dangerous to people who like the status quo. And
yeah, that's so true. That is so true. Yeah.
Changing it, but with sex.
Yeah, actually, for me, after reading Fucking Around, I had a talk with my boyfriend and I was like, babes, let me tell you something. I'm polyamorous. This is going to happen. If you don't want it, let me know. And I leave. And we actually had the talk and he was like, I like the idea. I like the idea. Let's try it. And it's been
You never know if you don't ask.
Dude, guys, seniors, heck yeah. I recommend. It is a lot of communication. Like it's exhausting how much you have to talk to actually have a relationship like that. But so worth it. Like I understood after reading Fucking Around, Emily Rath, if you're listening to this, you're fantastic. And I understood that one person cannot give me everything I want. And that to me was like, oh my God, I'm not crazy. I'm not a psychotic person. Yeah. It was so fantastic to me to realize, oh my God, I'm not crazy. It's not that I don't love people. It's just that I love a lot of people. I want to love a lot of people. And that's great too. And there's nothing wrong with that. So, yes, reading these books can help you find yourself in so many ways.
A lot of people think that it makes you develop like unrealistic expectations. But I don't know if that's true. I feel like it's people who
don't have that open mindset or like haven't experienced things in life.
100%.
I feel the same way.
Worried about what other people think of them too. Like they're worried about. I mean, there's societal.
100%. Yep.
Yeah, I think a lot the people saying that we're creating unrealistic expectations are just used to the bar being on the floor for our partners and sexually. Like
bare minimum.
When women have been conditioned to believe that it's okay for sex to be mediocre most of the time. We've been conditioned to think that it's okay for men to think about and talk about sex and be sexual beings. Even masturbation is normalized with men and boys. And then for girls, it's seen as like dirty and something you should be ashamed of. Yeah, I mean, there's like sex therapists out there who talk about women. There's some women who can't even, and this is like going way off topic. They can't even like have an orgasm unless their legs are completely together because they've never been able to like feel free and open and relaxed when they're doing those things, and their bodies just got used to doing that in like a shamed position physically, and it affects. Isn't that insane that it affects them physiologically? This societal shame affects them physically.
Totally.
And it's like, oh shit, like we gotta do better for our future generations. Like,
and you know what? We're doing it through this podcast too. I know people, women, they cannot have these conversations with their friends because they're all, peerish. And they're like, no, we don't talk about that. Babes, have the talk. Start talking. If you don't talk, you don't know.
So Tierney, I have a very serious question for you.
Oh shoot.
Fuck, marry, kill, the bone carver, the weaver, and Bree.
All right. I'm gonna kill the weaver. I'm gonna fuck the bone carver.
Yes. Oh, okay. All right.
Yes. Okay. It could be whatever you want, of course. Why wouldn't you? Hello.
And why wouldn't you marry the mysterious creature at the bottom of the library?
See, I had said marry the bone carver because he can be whatever you want, and that can be good for if you need to change it up, right?
True, very true.
And then fuck Briaxis because it might be fun to get that on the adrenaline rush of fucking death itself and fear itself, but you maybe don't want to do that every time.
Me, I'm just like, no, I do.
We're not yucking your yums. That's nice.
Tierney, do you have a question for us? A spicy question by any chance?
Oh, yeah. I want to know what kinks you guys love.
Go ahead, Reshea.
Okay, so kinks that I've discovered from books. I don't know. This is really off-brand for me as like a new lesbian-ish, like Kinsey scale. I'm like 80-20. Anyways, I think I want to keep reading at least about multiple dicks just at one time.
Yeah, baby.
Everywhere, because like, or maybe Emily Roth's just a magical writer. I don't know, but I was like, okay, all right, yeah, sure. As far as like kinks in real life, I think like the darker the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like Zade, like haunting Adeline. I'm like,
hey, this is a smart podcast. Go ahead.
Okay, listen. I don't necessarily want the gun to be loaded. All right. But if we could just reenact
about it, I love it.
If we could just reenact all of Haunting Adeline with like a stalker breaking into my house and then forcing himself on me with his gun as punishment for telling him no.
Very primal, isn't it?
I didn't even know that Primal was a whole different like category of CNC, and I didn't know that I loved it until I read that book.
Yeah.
And I jumped head first because like, I mean, I guess I had read 50 Shades of Grey 10 years ago. And then I didn't read anything. And then I read ACOTAR in like 12 days. And then the next book I read was Haunting and Hunting Adeline. Like,
and in my opinion, nothing fucking beats it because Zade is
Daddy Zade. Oh,
yeah.
like,
yes.
Susie, your turn.
My turn. I will say, no doubt, BDSM. Thumbs up dynamics forever. I am a very kinky woman. I love it. I'm proud of it. I think the more I know about myself sexually, the more I know about myself in all areas of my life. So I will say definitely BDSM, CNC. I see you. I see you guys. Do not DM me, by the way, either, because no, do not. This is not that way.
No,
CNC is consensual, non-consent. Consensual is the first word. Okay, perfect.
keyword.
Exactly. One. Second will be, and I'm gonna get very personal right now. Praising degradation. Love it.
Okay.
Love it. Most people don't know how to do it, but if you know, that's all I need. I don't need anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, praising degradation, no doubt. Dumb sub interactions.
Mhm.
Most of the time, me being the sub, but I can switch. CNC and BDSM, no doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now
Those
that
are
you mentioned, I did think of one. I did think of one, and it's not. Books made me realize it. I had no fucking idea. No idea.
Okay. Well, I'm so excited.
Fucking breeding kink.
Oh,
oh,
Tierney loves a
Yeah.
time. Everybody put it on your top banner of your TikTok. Everything is
it's something because oh my god, I love it.
Oh, so your favorite in pucking around was definitely Mars.
Ilmari.
I
Um,
love. I love him.
I think I discovered also that I have a praise kink card. Like I didn't realize it, but because like you don't really hear the terms and everything, and then
No,
when
you
you like see
do.
one,
Like you
I just
don't know
didn't
what they
realize.
are.
Yeah, like I knew that there's like doms and subs. I didn't realize there's like different kinds. I didn't realize there's like daddy doms that are really nice to you, and then like master
Master.
doms and all these other kinds. And then like when I found out that like you can be a bratty sub, but then you could also be like you could have like a praise kink or whatever. And I'm
Mm.
like, all I want in life, and this isn't even just sex, like all I want is somebody to tell me I'm doing a good job.
Right? Absolutely.
Okay, you're doing great, sweetie.
Not
You know,
constructive criticism.
think about it. God damn
Yeah. You're doing great.
it.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it. See, guys, that's why we created this podcast because we just want to have fun talking about sex. Like that is the
I'm
goal.
reading about it. Absolutely.
Heck
Yeah.
yes. So you are definitely marrying Reaxis, killing
100%.
the Weaver, and fucking the Von Carver. You don't want to
Yeah.
at all.
I don't want to change that.
Heck yeah, you are a Say Meadows girl. I see you. I see you.
I'm sorry. I don't know. Yeah. Oh.
One of the things that I
I'll do
wanted to
my
talk
best.
about for this section was the importance of reading romance in like how it can change your life in so many ways. One point that I wanted to specifically talk about is the romanticization of our lives. You practice.
Yeah. And being like, you know what? Like, why can't my life be like this? And
Exactly.
this is what's going to make me happy. This is what I want. So I'm going to chase it.
And it's what you deserve.
100%. And it's also like, I feel also my experience with reading these books is I feel a lot more comfortable in who I am as a person compared to 2 years ago when I wasn't reading at all. Like
Preach.
I used to be so shy. I was always worrying about what other people would think of what I would say. Like, am I saying the right thing? Just don't give a fuck anymore. Don't give a fuck. I'm like, you know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
And that's the power of books.
Yeah.
Have you noticed
Totally.
that you feel like more comfortable in your own body as well?
Absolutely. Like, and also thinking parts about my body that I used to hate because had struggled with an eating disorder before, but parts about my body that I used to absolutely hate, I'm like, someone's going to find it hot.
Yeah. That's
And
what
I
got
can
me.
assure you, yes, they will. Yes, they will. And there is always someone out there, not one, more than one person for you, loving what you hate about yourself. I can tell you that for a fact.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I think the same thing happened to me. Like when I went to New York was like the first time I've ever like, or in a long time, like gone out in public, and it was Pride weekend, and I wore things that I would never wear. Like I didn't wear a bra the whole time. Okay.
Love it.
Yes. And number two, how romance books helped us have high standards in everything, in general, in life, not only men. We're not talking only about men, because we see these stories, and of course they're books, and we're like, okay, this happens here like that. It might not happen to me like that, but she tried. This female character in this book tried, and something happened for her. Change is always good. There's something that we always see in books, right? Change is always good. So
the character always actively does something.
And they're actively trying to either get better or find something that makes, like, motivates them.
You know, it could be a super powerful female main character in a romance book, but her boss is just being a fucking cunt to her.
Yep.
And she's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not going to tolerate this. Just shit like that. It just makes you feel like, hell yeah.
What are your least and most favorite romantic tropes?
Yeah.
Is insta love. I want you have to work for it. It needs
Thank you.
My vagina needs to be on fucking fire by the time we get to this spice.
Absolutely.
100%. 100%. You've got to work for it. Love it. Insta love can get in the fucking bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because it's also not real. I love Brother's Best Friend.
Oh.
I love Brothers. I love Forced Proximity.
Okay.
Enemies to Lovers is good. I think that's a classic.
Enemies to Lovers, you said?
Enemies to Lovers.
Yeah. Did you have a brother growing up?
I was gonna ask the same thing.
Did he have a hot best friend?
I married him.
Oh my god. I get it now.
Yeah, I think we all had that situation. Even if, I will, Reshea, I don't know you don't have brothers, but I have two brothers, and I don't want. They actually don't speak English, so I can talk about it. Yes. So I understand. Yes. That is, you don't realize it, like that you like that trope until you read it, and it's so good that you're like, oh my god, this is me.
Because it's the dreams, right? Anything forbidden is great.
Yes.
Or like taboo. I love taboo.
Ooh. What about like professional, like, oh, I can't, I'm your doctor, or something like that?
Yeah. Or like Ex's dad.
Oh.
Have you been Praised by Sarah Kate?
I have it on my TBR. No.
You said praise?
So that's Dom sub, age gap. He's her employer and Ex's dad. What have I said? Did I say Ex's dad? Yeah.
Yeah. Hot.
And so the Salacious Players Club, it's like a group of old friends who start a sex club, like an exclusive, amazing sex club. So each book has different things. So Dom sub for praise, there's voyeurism, is it exhibitionism? Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that
yeah. That's like the tandem with voyeurism.
Yeah. And then like I know there's sharing, like a husband and a wife who have sex with other people as well.
Oh, like swinging?
Yeah.
Least favorite is going to be
I reckon Insta love.
Yeah.
And favorite?
Yeah, you know what? Probably Forbidden Love, because that's an umbrella.
Yeah.
And there's a few things that come under it.
Smart.
Yeah.
Way to pick a diversified answer. I like it.
Yeah.
So you can say 100%, no doubt, that reading smut, porn, people having sex in a book change you.
100%.
Yes!
100%. but in a good way. Like, yeah, I feel like it's opened up conversations. I feel like I'm closer with my friends. I feel like I know myself more. I just like, and I'm nearly 31, and I feel like I'm just starting to get to know who I am. Do you know what I mean? And I just,
Love it.
yeah.
Same.
And it's
Love it.
also, I think it's also reading sexual experiences, even though these are fake characters, but you're seeing all these different types of people experiencing all different types of sex.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
Yep.
that's important.
Have you ever read anything that you were like a kink or a sexual experience in a book that you were like, not for me? But
Probably, I can see why this is hot for other people. I really can. Oh, I've got two. So the first one that I was going to say is the snowballing and fucking around.
wait, can somebody tell me what snowballing is?
You're in a group sex situation. It might just be three of you.
Yeah.
You're blowing someone. He comes in your mouth. You leave it in your mouth. You turn to the other person and you kiss and pass the cum into their mouth. And then they
Yeah.
the person whose cum it is. And
Yeah.
like,
So it's like shotgunning weed.
it's like second blow
with
with
cum.
cum. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not yucking other people's yum. I'm just maybe you know why? You know why it is? Because I don't want cum in my mouth for that long. That's all.
I don't want to share it.
I want it in and down as quickly as possible, okay?
Yeah.
Don't knock until you try it. Oh, what was the second one? You said you had two. Snowballing was one.
Oh, one that I wouldn't do knife play.
Yeah,
We
I
don't
get
have
that.
any comments on that.
Yeah. And that, like, it's only because, like, I can't even handle a paper cut. Do you know what I mean?
Of
Yeah, well,
course.
paper cuts suck, so that's
Yeah.
fair.
Fuck, Mary, kill. Jurian, Vasa, and Lucian.
The human lands thruple.
Marry Lucian.
Okay.
I would I'd kill Vasa for sure. No one cares about her. Like, what use is she? She's a mortal queen. No one cares.
Yeah. But she's
And
also like a phoenix, I think.
Yeah. She's a bird.
yeah, I'd kill her.
Bird one, yeah. We don't like birds at Come With Us podcast, I guess.
And yeah, Julian, I'd fuck.
Okay, that's fair.
I have feelings for Jurian, so heck yes, I do.
You do.
We know because we saw on one of your TikToks that one of your favorite books is Say You Swear by Megan Randy. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we know that. So neither of us have read it. We don't know anything about it.
Never heard of it. We have no
Never.
idea.
So sell it to us. Why should we and our listeners, the sinners, read it?
Because it's nowhere near one of the spiciest books I've ever read, but it's my favorite book I've ever read. The story is amazing. The romance is just beautiful. And there's an incredible plot twist.
Ooh.
The spice in it, it's the slow, sensual, sweet, romantic. I think Say You Swear and their relationship is what you grew up thinking love was going to be. And
that's
yeah, I don't know. It's just
lovely.
it's lovely. It's beautiful. And when I read the book, I completely forgot that I even existed. Like, I was sitting there reading a book, and I didn't even, like, I wasn't there. I didn't realize that I was sitting there reading a book. Like, I was in the story. It's just, there was something very special about it, and I loved it.
Oh, okay. Well, I have to read that now.
Yeah.
And it's a standalone. It's not a series. It's a standalone book.
It is part of a series, but I haven't read the others, but it's a standalone.
How many books have you read this year so far?
This year, I've read 76.
So we got two questions right now, and I want you to answer them in a kind of like a rapid fire type of way.
All right.
So, one, favorite book of the year so far?
Credence by Penelope Douglas.
Oh, She DNF'd that one. Sussy DNF'd Credence, and then she told me not to read it.
I love that you loved it. Tell me why.
Oh, I Uncle Jake.
Heck, no. I keep reading just because of him. Love Daddy Jake. He's Daddy Jake.
Caleb was mysterious. It was the tabooness of it. It was just, I loved it. And I think it's because it surprised me. Like when I started reading the book, I was kind of just like, And then she moved in with her step uncle and her step cousins. And I was like, she gonna suck a dick.
That being the operative word.
I didn't finish the book, but there's one part that I loved when he's spanking her.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my God. That is tattooed in my mind. I cannot take it out of my mind. I love that scene so much.
Oh, it's so good. It's hot. It's hot.
And she was just there. And he said, no, bitch. No. That, I think that is why I love it.
And she's just like, okay.
Yeah. Uncle Jake.
I know, like I shouldn't do this, maybe.
You know what happened to me? The thing is that I did spoil myself. And then I knew that I don't want to
tune out. This is a spoiler if you haven't read it and you want to read it.
Yeah. I just knew because I spoiled myself that she was not going to end up with him. And I will have loved that they ended up together. Even though the age gap and whatever, I will love that. But she didn't. So I was like, you know what? Whatever. Don't give a fuck.
And I get that. You fall in love with a different character, don't you? And you can't help it. You can't help it.
But you did like the ending, though. You did.
Yes, because she ended up with the person I was rooting for.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I see. I mean, I didn't read more, so I don't know if he gets better or not.
He's primal.
You know, I am into that, but I don't know.
He was mysterious, but he was protective. Oh, I was just like, me next.
When I stopped reading, he wasn't maybe in that part yet, so I don't know if he got there. But now I kind of like want to finish it. So maybe I will. And I get back to you.
And then you can finish.
Okay, Reshea, come back.
Let's say you're in the mood for you just need to read a scene, okay? We don't do Pornhub here because we're sophisticated, okay?
Like a
yeah. Ew, that's disgusting.
What's your go-to scene?
My go-to scene.
Like get you going and like the juices and everything.
Are you like you've got a date and you want to like get yourself a little riled up so it doesn't take quite as long later?
So, one that I've gone back to, it's in A Court of Silver Flames.
Mm-hmm.
It's the first scene where they actually have sex for the first time. She gets out of the bath.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've always gone back to that one.
But like the first time she saw his dick and she was like, shit.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's a big boy.
Like, oh my God. Yeah. We're just gonna glaze right over the fact that anatomically that would never work.
To be honest, it could work, but it is uncomfortable.
I shoved 3 babies out of this vagina. I could make it work. Okay.
Definitely, no doubt.
Also, I'm also like 7 inches taller than you, so I'm sure that
is true. I am tiny. That's true. Yeah.
I am tiny.
That is true. I am tiny. It's true.
Yeah, what are you? 5'2".
I'm 5'2".
Huge.
Yeah. How tall are you?
I'm 5'9".
Yeah.
We're group bitches.
When we go out, I'm gonna be like this, and you're gonna be like this.
Well,
I wear heels too.
I wear heels too. Hey, when we took our pictures, she had like on these platform
7
boots
inches.
that were like 7-inch heels, and I wore flats, and she was almost the same height as me. It was cute.
Oh, I love that. I love it. Good for you.
Whatever. What I can tell you is the following. Guys and women and whatever can pick me up and do things to me. So I win. You win.
Hey, I've also been picked up, so you just gotta find
Whatever.
muscles. I'm just
I
saying.
haven't, so
I can also reach the top shelf in my kitchen. So I mean, you want to spit game? Be ready to
Right
throw
now,
down.
right there, to just hurt my feeling. Right now, right there.
Okay. All right. Tierney, who is your book husband / book boyfriend / book wife / book girlfriend?
can I pick two?
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine. We're into poly here.
Book husband is Noah Riley from Say You Swear.
Okay.
And boyfriend, Zade Meadows, 100%. I go back to him every single time. He just does it for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. The mirror scene. You know what? The casket, the water scene in this, but the House of Mirrors is up there as well. I fucking love it, and it's a different kind as well.
And if you are into like CNC, you just love Zade. You just love him for reals. Like he just understands. Oh my god, he gets it. He gets
something
so good
about the morally grey. There is just something about it, and I'm just like,
You know, people on TikTok are like, "How can you read this book and like it? It's actual rape," and we're like, "Yeah, it's not happening in real life. That's why we're reading it." And it's fiction. I don't. Do we have
I've
to
been called
explain?
a lot of names. I've been called a creep. And I just people that can't understand won't understand, and there's no point trying to explain yourself. And you know what? You don't have to.
Yeah,
you can't please everyone.
You've gotten some like hate for your content.
Fuck yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I've had people about, I have to tell you about the story about that email that I got. But yeah, I've had people tell me that they want to send me the Bible, and that just
next time just send them that meme and be like, I've read over 500 books. The Bible's the only one I've read that has horse come in it. So
they wanted to send you a Bible because you need religion or God or
these are just like DMs where people will be like, you need help, you're addicted to sex. Why someone already talks about it? No, but also maybe.
Also, wait, even if you are, the Bible isn't the answer. A therapist is the answer. Or like not Jesus. That's not going to help you have an addiction in real life.
Keep doing the Lord's work, baby, because you are doing great, sweetie.
I have had people ask me for photos of my feet.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Sell them. Do not send them for free. Do not.
I just feel like, maybe I should just send it to them and they'll stop asking.
They'll never stop. They'll be like, hey, you already sent one.
I don't have cute feet.
Just send them $100 and then your Cash App or your Venmo. And then if he shows up, then you can just take a picture and send it.
And that's
absolutely true.
So, favorite ACOTAR's smut scenes.
We already answered that.
Your top. Yeah, but give me your top. I'm gonna give you 3 opportunities.
Okay, so one that I go crazy over, and it's not a smutty scene, but it's when Feyre visits the Court of Nightmares.
That's the one that
and he's like nipping her neck and like touching her thigh, and then he like feels how wet she is.
Listen,
no question. When she got up, that was a pool right there. A pool right there.
Talking about that question, like, what's your go-to scene earlier before the call? And she's like, well, what's yours? I said, Court of Nightmares, 100%. Like, 100%. He doesn't even fuck her.
So hot.
It gets so going. Oh my God. Yeah.
Totally. So that is like one of your favorites. The other one would be Nesta and Cassian.
That one. And then the other one, if I had a third favorite, it would be when Azriel catches Cassian and Nesta in the dining room. Like he knows.
Oh, yeah.
We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it. We love it.
Just where your brain goes after that is so good.
So then immediately I'm just like, that would have been hands down probably the best book scene I've ever read if Azriel joined them.
Listen, somebody on the ACOTAR subreddit sent me one of the best fanfics for that scene. I'm gonna send it to you guys.
Send it. Would love it.
Why are you saying that just right now? We've been friends for like months already. Why?
We were in the same subreddit. It's not my fault you don't know how to start.
I feel betrayed right now. Betrayed.
Oh, yeah, all right.
My God.
I'm so sorry.
Are they like one or two scenes that you will say, I could have improved this? Like, this could have been better. Which one would they be?
It would be that one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of wish the Court of Nightmares was beautiful as it was, but I kind of wish he
fingers.
Yeah, I'm thinking like he needed to rub her clit or something.
Just like he just needs to bring her to orgasm in front of everyone.
Yeah.
No doubt.
That would have been
dude, at least like a finger like with the dress, you know, the fabric and everything. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah.
Opportunity would have been perfect. It was just no one would have seen.
You are a smut connoisseur, correct? Yes.
She is.
If you had to give somebody, I know we also know that you really love your top 5 listicles that you have right on your TikTok.
Oh, yes.
If you had to do a list of 5 books to ease you into or warm you up in this romance smut genre, like beginning to advanced, what would you do?
Beginning to advanced. So I think a really good place to start is the Off Campus series by Elle Kennedy. It's 5 books in total. It's college hockey romance. Each character's different. All the girls are different because the girls are all different than the rest. Do you know what I mean?
They're not like other girls.
They're not like the other
girls. Of course.
Who wrote that?
Why does he love me? They're all they're like that, and the guys, they're hot, they're tall, and they all have giant dicks. So
who's the author? Who's the author?
Elle Kennedy.
Elle Kennedy.
Okay, that's the beginner.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's a really good place to start. Yeah.
Like mid-level.
Intermediate?
Yeah.
I think JT Geisinger. So JT Geisinger wrote Pen Pal, and she has this series called the Queen of Monsters series. It's a mafia romance, and there's 4 books. So you've got the Russian mafia, the Irish mafia, and the Italian one.
The way I love this.
If someone from the Irish mafia turned up and they were like, I'm taking you, I'd be like, okay, like, where do you want me? And like, he picked me out of everybody. He picked me.
It must not be like other. Listen, in the Irish accent, you're done.
Oh my God.
And the audiobook of that, fuck my tits. It's so good.
Really?
So yeah.
Write that down.
You said it's JT Geisinger. What's the book's called though?
So the first one is Ruthless Creatures.
Ruthless Creatures. Okay.
And the second one is Carnal Urges. That's the Irish one.
Ooh. Okay.
They like use safe words and stuff. It's so good. The third one is Savage Hearts.
Oh, okay.
And the 4th one is Brutal Vows, and it's just they've kind of all got different tropes and like plot twists, and they're kind of like interconnected. And the female characters are just so funny. Like the banter in these books.
Yes, we love
good banter.
So good.
Okay.
But are they like kinky-ish?
Yes.
Oh my God!
There's safe words. There's toys.
You guys, you don't understand. I am on Paradise right now. Like I'm gonna finish this, and I have a TBR that is like 55 books right now with this, just only this, and I can tell you something. I'm gonna start right now when we finish this because oh my God.
I'm busy.
I'm so ready. Let me cancel all my plans for the weekend. Heck yes.
And then top, like super
Yes.
spicy.
Advanced.
Like advanced, really advanced. I think you're gonna say
The Lord series by Chantal Tessier.
The what?
That's like ritual, the sin of the sacrifice.
Yeah.
If you like, Sussy, if you like degradation, sabotage is stepbrother, stepsister, degradation, dom sub. And it's a
are
novella.
just killing
it's just,
me right now. My heart is racing like crazy.
yeah,
Sabotage.
it's like an erotic novella.
Sabotage, yeah.
And
Sabotage.
wait. So I saw your post about that. Is that one like part of the series, like at the beginning as a prequel, or is
You
it
can
like
read it anywhere? Like you can read it at any time. I read it last, but you can read it at any time because it's not like it's different characters.
Okay, gotcha.
But
Do
also,
you have another top?
I feel like Pucking Around at this point is a must, and same with Losers. So Pucking Around by Emily Rath and Losers by Harley LaRue. But the dare in Losers is really good too because there's like a degradation scene in that.
Hey, Chelsea, our other guest that we're going to have, she told us to read The Dare by Harley LaRue. And then I saw her whole thing from Losers. Like I saw a bunch of TikTokers talking about Losers, and I had never heard of it before, but now I want to read all of Harley LaRue's books.
Yeah, it's so good. They're all like poly, and it's just amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I suppose I would go with Salacious Players Club, just for all the different kinks.
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
So
By Sarah Kay.
I love that you gave us like a few of the tops. And I will say, guys, if you think you're an advanced reader and you haven't read this, start, because you never know what new kink you're gonna discover that you like.
Exactly.
So,
and also like authors, if you find things that you like,
Yeah.
authors that write the same sort of things.
totally.
Hell yeah.
So good.
I love it. We found our match, guys.
All right. Okay. Fuck,
Go
Mary,
ahead.
Kill, the Archeron sisters, Elaine, Nesta, Feyre.
Shit. Of course I'm going to kill Elaine. Who's not going to kill Elaine?
Please.
Kill Elaine. I don't know if anybody wants
That wasn't fair. That wasn't fair. Okay.
The only thing is she's got a green thumb, so she might be good in the gut. She can maintain a bush.
We're all
I feel like I'd probably marry Feyre. Oh no, wait, no, I wouldn't. I'd Nesta. I'd fuck Feyre to see what the big deal is. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Everybody loves her. Does she have a golden pussy? I don't know.
She doesn't pay for shit, so it has to be that she's good in bed, though.
Yeah, right.
I should have kept my paintings that I made. That were
Yeah. So
okay.
killing Elaine, marrying Nesta, fucking Feyre.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that is the only answer.
Else you're wrong.
You know what? I will say you could marry Feyre because she has ties. She's the high lady, so you could probably like get something out of that.
But I don't want I feel like I wouldn't want the pressure though.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I definitely want to be able to figure out I want to be the Cassian in those scenes for like a little bit.
For sure.
Yeah. She's wild in the sheets. Nesta is wild in the sheets.
Well, he is too.
Fuck, marry, kill. The bad boys. Rhys, Asriel, Cassian.
Uh-oh.
Kill research.
I would do the same, actually. I would do the same, of course.
I would fuck Asriel and I would marry Cassian.
That's the answer. Yeah. Love it. Babes, understand something. Rhys has potential, but he's too pretentious sometimes, first. And second,
pretentious. Don't get me started on this sad fuckboy shit, okay? Listen, what was that terrible that bad review that girl wrote? He's the spy master, but he can't suss out that after 500 years that the girl he's into isn't into men. Like, come on.
That's actually so true, isn't it?
Asriel have a thing, like I have a thing for him. He's in my heart. Like I cannot kill him at all. Like
it's because you really liked Panic at the Disco growing up, huh?
that, and because Asriel is darks. In that darkness, oh my god, you can do so much.
He just needs therapy.
So we're killing Rhys. We are marrying Cassian, and we are definitely fucking Asriel.
No.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, that's what you said. Okay, yeah.
100%.
All right.
So okay, so Reshea, I want to know your answer.
I would marry Rhys because he's all about like having choice. I just wouldn't get pregnant with him because I don't like how he becomes a little crazy when Feyre gets pregnant. But I would say I'd marry Rhys because he sounds like a pretty open dude. If Feyre was like, I've never
powerful.
kissed a girl, you know, he'd be like, yeah, go for it. Have fun. He's very open, and he's very much so like, I'm not better than people, even though I could totally just miss you with a snap of my fingers. There's a lot of perks to being married to the most powerful High Lord in okay.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would fuck Cassian because
obviously
that's a stupid question. Asriel can die.
You killed the baby.
Okay.
I killed Daddy. Yeah. You know why? I didn't hate him until I read his bonus chapter, and then I was like,
yeah, that was a bit piece of shit, wasn't it? That's pretty piece of shit.
Just because Elaine has two sisters that ended up with two of the bad boys doesn't mean she owes you shit. Like, I'm sorry.
And you know, because of that bonus chapter is because I will kill Rizan.
Oh, because he was
down. He was totally High Lord, and I'm like, bitch, I'm first your friend and family, and then your High Lord. So
I just feel like they both wanted to fuck. Let them.
Yeah,
they're adults.
Yeah,
but just
you're right. I think that that wasn't any of Rhys's business. I get that.
Yeah.
But also, I guess maybe I'm triggered by men thinking that they're owed something.
Yeah.
The second somebody acts like they're owed something, I'm like, you can fly all the way the fuck off. And you're dead to me. Like,
just be like, yeah, look, I would rather shit my hands and clap than do that.
Oh my god, that's my new favorite way of saying that I hate something.
Love it. Tierney, we want to thank you so freaking much because you took the time to be here with us. You took the time to be very blunt and very honest, and you know, I haven't seen a lot of like your personal, not life, but this side of you on TikTok, and I'm very happy that you gave us this time and you gave us this side of you so people, your followers, your family on TikTok can see it too. So thank you. Really.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun. I could literally talk to you guys all day.
You are amazing. You are a soul sister, and I can't wait to keep following all of your social medias and see just how amazing your life gets now that now that reading has opened up so many doors for you.
Yeah. Well, thanks. And same with you guys. This podcast is amazing, and I'm very excited to see what you do. And thank you so much for having me. It was really fun.
Thank you. I really appreciate those words because this is like a project that I started because I didn't have people to talk about books in my life. And first, and second, because I wanted to talk about sex without feeling guilty and with people that actually feel confident about it. So fuck yes. So
fuck yeah.
Anything you want to say to our sinners and your TikTok, Instagram family friends?
Yeah. Fuck who you want to fuck. Do what you want.
Yes.
Fun.
Love that.
Yes. Love it. Tierney.
Be yourself. Be who you are. Let yourself be who you are.
Don't care about what other people think of you. I love it.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, yeah. Love it. This was one of my dreams come true. So thank you. Thank you. Cannot wait for you to come here, us to go there and go to a freaking strip club and have the night of our lives. Heck yes. Heck yeah. It's gonna happen. I'm telling you, we're gonna have proof.
I'm gonna have to save up so much money if we're going to the strip club.
You know how generous I am. Don't worry, baby.
Sinners, remember to follow Tierney on Instagram at Tierney.reads, and you spell her name Tierney, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it's the same one for TikTok at Tierney Reads. You can follow her for the best spicy book recs and usually for a pretty good laugh. So
she's freaking hilarious. You can
if
tell
not
her.
following her already, you should be. So
I don't know what you think. It's like, hello, get a grip.
Get it together. Because you can't get enough of us. Be sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all the socials at Come With Us Pod. One word, all lowercase letters.
Sinners, you've been good little angels. Thank you for listening to us. And remember, stay wicked, stay wild, and keep reading. We love you. Bye.
Bye.